Dust's a little flippy flopper.
Yeah, I remember early on he said he'd pick VP, but if they lost this game, he would never pick them again. He's already backed out. He's already moved on. Like it's he hasn't even waited for the series to finish. Imagine if VP win this now. That's just going to be insulting.
You know, I'm all for it. I think Dust, because Dust has been whisked away by Fragsters' opportunity here to create an upset versus Virtus.pro yet again. Remember, Fragsters having eliminated Gambit from the tournament. And now they are here, Hugo, with a second chance at VP. This time when elimination's on the line, when it absolutely matters most, and as, of course, we were talking about on Train, not Nuke. I think that the point Sudan wanted to get into just there as the Dust segment closed was, of course, that I think their best chance would have been on Nuke, but this was definitely, as Dust mentioned, their second best chance at possibly creating that BO3 upset. It's wild, too, that you see actually a team like Fragsters coming into this event and getting so deep when there's no best of one stage. Yeah. Right? This is the tournament format that's supposed to remove that upset potential, that randomness that sometimes we do see. You don't normally see these kinds of runs at these events, Hugo, but here we are, alas. And what about you, man? Are you going to flip-flop like Dust?
I don't even know what my original prediction was. I think it was Fragsters, so yeah, I'll just stick with it. Why not? But yeah, honestly, I think predictions are out the window for this one. It is a scary game, but I'm just hoping that Fragsters can bring the performance that we've seen on this map from them before. It's just like, it's the level of opposition, right? Yeah. We've seen Fragsters have a lot of success on this map, but when you like look at previous results from teams of this caliber, yes, they're having good previous results, but they're not beating teams that have one point been the best in the world. You know, they're beating teams around their level and in online matches as well, you know? This is now a whole new opposition. This is a whole new task for Fragsters. So, yeah, it's not going to be an easy route to success, but we are into the pistol round nonetheless. Fragsters, we've had success on these pistols before. We're going to see if that is the same story, but VP barreling into the B bomb site.
Yeah, they'll have Bubsky over in the bomb site itself, not hiding behind spindles, but actually just here behind the two towers. Now, the terrorists have opted to move down the lane. The CT's finally getting themselves a headshot. That's Bubsky, who does reveal himself. So the jig is up, the bomb is down, and Bubsky is looking for the four-piece. Mihu puts an end to that threat. But Fragsters, what's really threatening in this round is them. Beautiful little one-tap. Kind of slows things down for a moment, right? Reminds Fragsters that this is not in the clear. And now you start to see their attention turn backwards, which is a great idea because Snacks with 1 point of health surely is coming this way.
Oh, how does he win that duel? Dragonfly somehow losing out in the 1v1 now gives VP another opportunity back on it. Mihu, he does it! 4 kills on the site. And again and again and again, VP always seem to beat Fragsters on these pistols. Every time Fragsters have the position and the advantage, it's always VP to pull it back.
That is Mihu. I mean, the tap on the man above, like that's when instantly the round just slowed down, right? And what's essential to the cleanup there is Snacks dodging bullets over towards that CT spawn. I mean, he looked more so like Neo.
From the Matrix.
That was the joke, Hugo. Yeah, you got it.
Thank you.
Well done.
Force buy up, though, for Fragsters here in the second round. A UMP on Bubsky. So he did get a lot of damage in that previous. 3 from him, so a little more money to play with. Everyone else pistols and armor. Double save for the Orcs that are so prolific in Train as well. VP have just sped the pace up. They are looking confident here in this final map. Bialy doubling down the Ivy. And Frags is left on just 2.
I think this is that tempo and pacing that our resident experts were talking about, right? Where if Virtus.pro do decide to just come into this, and if they win out on the pistol, which they said equals momentum, well, there you have it. This was an incredibly fast round. Virtus.pro giving no space to Fragsters, not letting them try to put any kind of a strategy together. Unfortunately for Fragsters too, right, it's if you went out on the CT pistol, then you're talking early ops. Ops can obviously just then snowball the effect, and it's for that reason we get these occasional one-sided CT halves. But to immediately be put down a few rounds is going to be an asterisk next to Fragster's name. It's never too late. In fact, it's incredibly early.
Yeah, but again, it was like Inferno. They ran away with the first like 8-1 round, or 8-1 score. Sorry, you know, they looked really good in the start of that game. And it resulted in them taking it. It was Mirage where we saw VP bringing the big guns, bringing that 5-0 streak. And that's, oh sorry, 4-0 streak, and that's, you know, again, the map they win. It seems like as soon as you give VP the leg room to have a strong first half, they'll always close it out. Frags is not being able to pull back against this team.
As it should be with a team of their caliber, right? Like if we give Virtus.pro that edge in terms of experience and composure, then it's the strong starts they net themselves that will result in wins. Whereas if Fragsters can perform to a level unseen previously to this weekend, they should therefore themselves win out. But even then, right, those strong starts were always coupled with a weaker finish as Virtus.pro put back some rounds to the board. This time, Virtus.pro looking to increase their score to the 3-0 start, as it should be. Bubsky is the only real threat here. I mean, maybe Stound, as he has the Mac-10, but it's 2 kills quickly. Bubsky from above does drop bomb, tries to escape outwards, and actually dodges shots. But the Molotov will block him off, and Snacks could easily retrieve this as the other 2 counter-terrorists get into position towards ladder.
And Bubsky even caught by Pasha, who fell back off of Ivy just to isolate that one player. 2 men left back up, and they are coming together grouped, but Pasha gets a 1-for-1. And again, with the man advantage still intact and the bomb down on the site, it's just damage for Stun. If he can find a couple of kills here, or even just one, it gives him a bit more utility for that buy that is coming in the next round. Obviously, lots of kill bonus here with the UMP, but not an easy duel to take versus an AK-47. And Snacks is going to clean up with the 3rd round for VP. So the lead established, but the buy coming in here from Frags is to at least respond and get into this game early. And that's what they need to do, Connor. They can't allow VP to run over with a 5-0, 7-0, because then the game, in my opinion, is just going to be over.
That's what we've seen, right?
Yeah.
If you are going off the past, you'd be absolutely right. But now we move into the present. And what does it hold for us? Well, it holds the op for Dragonfly. No surprise that he picks it up right away. Pasha will have his trusty cannon as well. And Fragsters have decided to go for a kerneled defense on the A site. They initially had 3 players actually within the bomb zone, but they've moved one back to the depths of the B site, seeing as we do have a player, Torben, sitting on top of the initial train, looking down onto the ramp. It's been replaced with Dragonfly's op. That should allow for him to watch upwards, where in fact, there's a little bit of pressure being applied. Mihu instantly shut down, so Torben gets into position at the perfect moment, but Snacks doing what he does. Crawling his way into the A-bomb site, listening and looking for an opportunity to strike back Fragsters.
Yeah, and a reposition as well from Torben. He'll get very close towards the hell. Snacks does eventually find his kill on the A site, but will he get traded or will he continue to push up and be a further nuisance to Fragsters? This bomb, now considering A as its target, does come down the ladder and make its way through, but Stown coming in from the back line could get this all done here for the CT side. He strikes, Bialy caught with the bomb in his hand, and Snacks trades back. Of course he does, but Stown is still winning this round. 2 for him, leaving just Neo. And he's got some bullets to dodge here, and a 1v3 running right back into the site, giving up his position. 30 seconds left to get this done as well. Surely this is undoable.
Yeah, Dragonfly thought about going for the peak, and Neo could have predicted it, but he does still clear the man off of the site. That could definitely allow for the bomb plant, because both the Fragsters are back towards Old Bomb, now wrapping round towards Ivy. They've done a very good job this weekend of trade fragging sufficiently. Oh no, but Neo's been given another 29 health versus a full bar on Torben. It's a fresh bag too, but he's standing out to the open, so it's done. Torben clears him. And Fragsters immediately on the board, but on wobbly legs, as he will keep only the op moving forward.
I mean, they'll take that at the end of the day. Yes, it's annoying to win a round when you only have 1 alive after losing 2 in the clutch. But again, you know, the round on the board is the important factor there for Fragsters. Yes, VP can buy up, but it's given the opportunity for Fragsters to, you know, get a couple in a row, force VP down to pistols, and then kick off this CT side with the start that we expect.
If I can give props to Stown that round, I mean, we see Snacks come out between the trains and get his way closer to the bomb site. He's the reason that the bomb comes over and everything like that. But in that moment that Snacks is creeping closer towards Connector, trying to find a second frag, Stown pushes up past Olaf towards T-Con and strikes in from behind.
Yeah.
Not only catching one of the rotators out from ladder room, but then also dropping Snacks himself. So I do like that Stown kind of, you know, pulls a Snacks himself.
And I feel like VP went for a very early bomb plant on the site as well when they had so much time. We saw a little bit of that on Inferno as well on that B site. You know, Bialy committing to the plant where they didn't clear the site at all and they had really no information as to where Fragsters were. Bit of a dangerous decision made, but regardless, we do see Fragsters leading, or not leading, but taking their round. VP trying to respond back with a bite and a reset that will follow. Stown down Ivy, already using all his utility to hold off against these Ts. The nade forces him off the angle as well, but VP can't commit as soon as that smoke is down to cover their vision. 4 players on the A-bomb site for frags. It's a pretty common setup we see from them. It's continually 4 players on this A site. They love to just leave a solo B man, and not always even the AWP on B. It's usually just a man with a rifle. So dangerous setup. Wonder if VP are going to be ready for that. Dragonfly's already dropped Bialy down Ivy, and with the smoke coming back in, VP can't trade.
They will use some utility. Down into the ladder room, fire, frag, and flash. A little bit of a head stack. They will get their boots on the ground. Now they've given up the Ivy control, despite Fragsters still heavily having presence in that back side of the corner, so they could in fact plant over towards connector side or even on the short side. Options are open other than the back corner, but who needs options when you've got kills? 3 of them from Virtus.pro, plucking Fragsters one by one off of the bomb site, leaving Dragonfly isolated alone, and Torben yet to rotate over. 15 seconds on the clock as the safe plant's found. And Snax will continue to creep his way forward through connector here. This is going to be a save. They're just hoping to get out of here with not as many losses, but Snax continues to tear this up. Dragonfly can leave. No Kevlar either. Just that op in the next one.
And that's if they allow him to save it. They could still exit down Ivy. I mean, look at me, who's positioning, already beginning to run on down here. Dragonfly on the other side. Mihu, I think he knows as well. The barrel of the gun sticking out from Dragonfly. Going to completely give it up. And Mihu, he takes the kill. He denies Fragsters any chance of saving onto that weaponry. And now we just have to have probably a force here from Fragsters. They don't have money to work with. It's a double eco regardless. This is the fear that has been struck into the heart of Fragsters as VP have been given the opportunity to run away with the start of this half. And Frags has very little to stop that as well. We have CZs, we have Deagles, some armor, but still only 1 round on their plate.
Flashbang out from Ivy. Could have caught someone off guard, but Bialy is just playing a more passive angle, and he definitely hears that initial presence, but doesn't make anything of it. Doesn't overextend. He could now start his flank. He has called bomb over, so it is Virtus.pro working an A-site split, but that is where Fragsters stand. I mean, B has nearly been neglected the entirety of these first 5 rounds. But unfortunately, forced down, he's lost half his health to the flames, and Pasha's picked Dragonfly at a distance. Mihu and Bialy now trying to split work inwards. They have to get past this crossfire. It's a little bit awkward. Unfortunately for Fragsters, they can't make the most of it, not right away. Bialy even clearing Stound now, so Bubsky gets his hands on a gun in a 2 versus 3, and most notably the bomb at his feet. He could throw a wrench in the works.
The VP still have the manpower and the time to respond. They're not in a huge rush to take down this kill, but Torben, he's sneaking into the site while they're preoccupied with the position of Bubsky that they've now gotten rid of. Torben will drop Pasha. There's already a low player in the server as well, that being Neo. So Torben has an opportunity, but snacks around the corner and finish off the job. Damage done by Fragsters in the force buy round, but it won't be enough to write home, as VP find their 5th as well. So now Fragsters have to grit their teeth and take one to the face, as they have just USPs in this one. Maybe some P250s, but really not that much.
Fragsters have been playing a very heavy Ivy A-site side so far on these sorts of rounds. Whether that be just setting a crossfire on the receiving end of Ivy, or even going on a bit of a curious expedition outwards. They will go for the 5-man core setup. They've thrown Stound to the forefront of it. And Virtus.pro are going to waste no time whatsoever. They go flooding into the B bomb site. They've already got Neo and Bialy to watch for the flank. And so as long as Bialy doesn't give up his gun, this round is done. Hell, they didn't even use grenades, Hugo.
No need. Here's the rotations that will be caught. Bialy with 2. Eventually a gun taken, and that should just be straight up saved. There's no way you even go for a kill here. It's not about damage anymore. VP have the money in the bank. It's about holding on to what little weaponry you can retrieve from this round, bolstering the buy, allowing for those kits, maybe the drop of an AWP, and more utility for Fragsters when it does come down to that 8th round. Bubsky seemingly getting away with this one. The flank down Ivy is going to be too far away to stop him. And he's got to make sure he's out the radius of the bomb. By that point he is. He's fine. As long as he doesn't go down these stairs to the hands of Snax, he will be holding on to the AK. But Snax knows. He hears it. Oh, there it is. Just as the round ends, so does Bubsky's life.
Poor guy. He was so young. 6-1 and a buyback from Fragsters. Going to take this opportunity to compose themselves. Again, right, you look at the pistol round and the conversion point, so that's going to be the first bout of momentum. Sure enough, for Fragsters, they win the opening gun round, but only with one op standing at the end. It's immediately reset. Like, this is a textbook scenario of the worst case situation for the CT side of Train. Your money's been wrecked. The resets have extended that, and now you are already looking at a Virtus plow with 6 rounds on the board.
Always a scary sight.
It is.
But there's light at the end of the tunnel, Connor. They do have the buy round here, albeit with limitations, with handicaps, no Molotovs, no armor for Dragonfly either, and a singular kit on that B bomb site for Torben. As VP, quick smoke execute. Not sure if they're going to commit with it with the position of the bomb up in the B halls, but they at least try and force out early nades from Fragsters. That doesn't happen, at least. Everyone holds onto a smoke, so Frags is still at least wasting a slight utility from Virtus.pro, but there's still plenty more where that came from. In fact, no more smokes left, so this time they will commit after the original fake, as now the execute comes through. Bubsky close down Olaf. It's actually Dragonfly to make first contact with the AWP, and he'll take down Snack. So no more players sneaking in through the back lines, they hope. And look at the bomb as well. VP have barely gotten out onto the site. It's just Neo who's planted in the smoke. Everyone else is passive. Frags is with the man advantage coming back in for the retake, but Bialy going to respond at the very least. Him and Mihu both grabbing a kill each, and somehow VP have clawed this back.
Boosted up into connector. Torben instantly deleted. There's that creep up here from Refresh, so he blasts the brains of Neo onto the ground. He is closer to the bomb, and his teammates coming back over. Stown could actually find an angle to help out here. Damage done towards T-Con, and a smoke now on the bomb. This is starting to make things scary, but Pasha does drop the first one. It's going to be Bialy trying to get into position, but little do they realize Stown's already gone. He's not trying to win out on this round. He has offered it up. A 7th for Virtus.pro. How does that happen?
That was so sick, though, because not only did they get the bomb down, but also we still have players down in main and not even out onto the site. And the thing is, when you go for an execute like that, it's very common that you'll lose 2-3 players on the entry and have to play like a 2v3 post plant or whatever if the CTs can put up the kills, especially with that pick from Dragonfly. But no, VP just don't even show any presence. Neo just holds onto the round and holds onto the site, and VP just from really passive post plants catch Frags as rotating, because they don't expect all these guys to be still stuck in main. There was just no information for Fragsters, and that was because of the smokes thrown by VP. Really nice execute, and a good way of playing it. Risky, but it works.
Fragsters has a lot of catching up to do. Not in just terms of rounds, but economy as well. A couple of Deagles, CZs, and the one single M4. We do have this volley of grenades hitting the A site, and we do have Torben getting curious here. He has actually gotten right behind them. And he's got a player just outside the door. Dragonfly already picking up that first kill. This is an excellent chance. Torben then hits it, and Stown comes in with that M4. Stown doubling down, and it's only on to Pasha. 1 versus 2. Bubsky on the ladder, making noise. And Pasha knows. Up close? No. Bubsky and Fragsters steal away a round. There we go. That's what we're looking for. A chance, an opportunity, an upset. A way for the Young Danes to get back into the action. Gun rounds were not going their way, but one curious push up into the brown halls and some nice timing with an initial hold from Fragsters, and look what they've got, Hugo. Double op setup, full sets of utility. This could be the door back into the game.
They can't let VP slam it shut. They need to convert. They need to get a couple of rounds here, because again, it's 7 rounds on the T side of Train for VP. It started off fantastically. And Fragsters, well, they will get 1. There's plenty more needed. Smokes over the A site straight away from VP once again. They won't commit with all their utility, as Fragsters aren't baited into at least pre-rotating too heavily. In fact, they'll get aggressive because they know this is a fake. We can see Bubsky already pushed up into main. They've gone for a triple B setup right now. VP been completely red. The issue is, Fragsters have no idea how many men are down Ivy. They're about to work it out. Bubsky with 1 can just fall off, fade away off the back of that, but he's hunted, chased by Snacks into the back. As VP pull it back into a 4-on-4. Limitations with utility into this one, but still control back towards A. Frags is going to have to at least bolster their defense on this exact site, and they will pull everyone else apart from Torben on this A site. As VP sneak their way down Ivy, a position the Fragsters have no information for. This could be scary.
Stan moving back into position over on Ivy up close. He misses his chance, and Mihu's not going to let that one slip through his fingertips, but Dragonfly, with that second op, actually has cover from stairs. This opens up Connector, where Neo will creep inwards. Remember, Refresh is above, completely hidden away. But if Neo gets beneath him and looks upwards, his body will be exposed. Neo doesn't check. Refresh has been put in a superb position. Now, he's not going to be able to stop Snacks from planting the bomb, but once the after plant starts to unfold, he could wreck face. Neo caught off guard, and Refresh has been revealed, but it's a man advantage for Fragsters. You can see the T's just creeping around here, not wanting to give away their positions. There's the op shot to the man above. Dragonfly comes in from Connector, successful in Pasha's tunnel vision. He misses his first chance. The sidearm's out, and he's spraying away, but it's not good. Fragsters will move the double op forward and do have another chance at cutting down this lead.
Oh, big round for Fragsters there. A great retake, and especially well played from Refresh to not overstep the mark as well. He gets his first kill. He just holds on to heaven. He knows that VP know that he is now a nuisance. He can just completely have all the information over the site. Just look over the top, make sure VP aren't rotating, aren't moving around. And while he does get traded, at the very least, it gives time for the rest of his team to set up into that 3-on-2 retake that they do eventually pull out. So, Fragsters, the important round that we said they needed, they do find, but how many more can come off the back of that? Because VP, money is going to be the question mark here. With 2 lost in a row and a tactical pause called out, they want to work out how to invest their cash if they do so choose to. Because again, it hasn't been flawless from VP. They've lost a couple along the way, so money themselves isn't going to be the biggest of builds, but they have enough to go for somewhat of a buy. This is looking already like a bit of a B play from VP with the investment they have. 2 UMPs, a Galil, and double AKs, but a hell of a lot of nades.
We actually haven't seen them too often over on that B site. So we'll have to see if Virtus.pro can succeed with a little depth from their playbook. Then again, they could also just keep going to the A site, right? B obviously helps when you do have this kind of an equipment buy. Should get downwards, find that plant. Reduce the bomb head over towards the top of ladder, so it could always just reroute itself downwards through the ladder. And Fragster's initial defense will still feature 2 players at B. Now remember, double op setup still in play. Dragonfly's sitting on that back of the B bomb site, and then we have Stown over towards the Ivy side, but there's no pressure from Virtus.pro on Ivy. In fact, it does look like they're starting to piece together an A site split. It is early days, although it is light utility, flooding forward, and now they're going to start the execute.
Straight through for Neo again. Same smokes we saw previously from VP, but this time they get aggressive because they have SMGs to play with. 1-for-1 trade already coming through. Start holding down the angle down the Olaf, and he gets 1 for his troubles as well. Still VP contained within the site, but Frags is trying to get aggressive to catch them with the man advantage, and they'd have that. 2 players up, still kept as the trade's back in, and the AWPs again, perfect on the retake, posted for every position, and VP just mowed out of the site. They will get the plant. They will get a couple of kills, Connor, but it's not going to be enough to win the round. And now Frax can start playing the anti-eco game. And again, this opportunity that was presented 3 rounds ago where they picked up that 1 buy round has now actually transformed into something that could end up with a decent half for Fragsters.
Yeah, I mean, what that was, of course, the upset round, right? The first one they added to the board. It was an opportunity and a gift in terms of the double op setup. And since they've had that double op setup, they've yet to lose a round. Now, of course, it's only been 2 of those situations in a row, but look at the impact those ops are having. Yeah. We see Fragsters not try to retake in from Connector, but rather rotate those AWP players over in the back halls of Ivy, really skewering the A bomb site. And Stown was very patient. He had a smoke at his feet. He didn't really worry about players pushing past him because they had numbers on the bomb site. So he was just focused on Ivy. And when he realized and decided that there was no threat from that direction, he comes into Olaf, starts firing off shots, and sure enough, Fragsters make that retake look easy. And if there's anything that's going to be easy, it should be this round. The first time VP have been on a broken purchase themselves. And Fragsters with so much of an advantage, but you never sleep on Virtus.pro.
Smokes again on the A side. VP just not even wanting to consider B as an option here. Mihu straight out. Neo going to be following as well with the bomb, but the Molotov cuts them off. Mihu just gets aggressive in the connector. This is great. Surely he'll be heard, but he could catch a rotation here. They're going to be waiting for him. Dragonfly shuts it down, but a second man sneaks into position. So while VP are getting wrecked on this A bomb site, there's still Pasha here. And no one has a clue as well, because he snuck through this one. Actually, maybe they do, because flash in, double peek as well ensues. And with that, Fragsters, they've cleaned up the only man that should have been able to get anything done here. This round should be theirs. It's just damage for VP, and even that's not coming through. Snacks is on the wrong side of the map. Fragsters are on the A site, and they've won the round.
Yeah, this one's over. I mean, well played by VP to just at least kind of, you know, sneak their way through the cracks. They had Pasha up into connector. He could have certainly dealt a little damage, but I really like the counter grenades being thrown out by Fragsters there. We had a really nice kind of bird's eye view on that A site where you see the wall of smokes thrown out by Virtus.pro, and then 40 feet past them on the entrance of the T side of A site, you have that entire just wall of Molotovs, right?
Yeah.
You've got one outside of the ladder room, and you have two outside of T-Con. So they just kind of either bought themselves enough time or would have weakened their opponents to really make their job a little easier, which it then was.
The best part about those two mollies as well is, like, commonly on those eco rounds, you'll see VP just run through a molly because they don't care. They lose 30 HP, but they get a bomb plant. When you throw down two mollies, you can't run through two mollies. You'll get killed. So, yeah, pretty good stuff from Fragsters. They deny any presence on that A side from VP. Just containing it, controlling it, and keeping it in check. A fifth round is on their hands. As I look for this 8-7 half pumps, he gets aggressive.
Ooh.
Great timing as well. The smoke down in the molly. As his teammate goes down, he trades instantly. Refresh looks for one more up on main, and with that, Fragsters fall back with a man advantage.
Stound's firing off on the op as well. It's a 4 versus 2. Did you see how Bubsky did there? He throws the smoke into the back corner, but so far enough to extinguish all of the flames, but allowing for him to peek and still have vision.
Yeah.
So he doesn't smoke himself off, and he still allows for himself to take the peek without getting damaged. That was pretty sick. It definitely helped in the initial setup from Fragsters, but their job still not done here. Mihu able to execute refresh, and he's now dodging the op shots, volleying Molotovs, and calling for Pasha to get into this position. Now, Pasha's blinded, but not yet pushed. Stound about to peek, and nice shot from him. It does leave Mihu 1v3, but he snuck his way closer to this A site, and in fact, Fragsters have given him a little bit of space to work with. He is going to take his time, planting out into the open just as Dragonfly spots him. And Dragonfly, remember, has one of those two snipers, so that could have been problematic. But he finds the short stack and actually dodge the player coming out from ladder. There's just so many players, though. That's unfortunate for him. He assumes he's done for, which he is.
Yeah, that's me who's face right now.
It's exactly that. Done. Fragsters with a 6th. And considering the nature of this first half, right, the way that, of course, VP go up 7-1, we're back to nearly even territory. This isn't supposed to happen.
No.
It's supposed to be Fragsters throwing early leads, not Virtus.pro. Like, that's what we've seen, right? This is uncharted territory, Hugo.
But impressive nonetheless, and VP have realized it with a tactical pause. Pretty nice comeback so far from Fragsters, but again, VP still holding onto that lead by just one single round. 7-6 is the score. And Fragsters, they're starting to build up cash of their own as VP are scrambling for a buyer, want to see a B side take for VP. They need to get to this B site. It's one that Fragsters have not been challenged on at all this map, really. Not since that pistol. So VP can certainly switch up the pace and go for a fast approach to that B site. And again, with double AWPs, limitations come in with the retake. As long as VP don't play too aggressive in the post plant on this site, which is common, but not maybe the best idea up against 2 AWPs. And Fragsters may have troubles with coming back in to defuse that bomb. Again, the deep Molotov, this time Stound on the other side, waiting for it to fade so he can go for a quick peek. And no one's focused on it. He peeks as the Molotov is still up, gets the kill, and falls back. With Snacks dead and a man advantage taken here for Fragsters, complications arise here for VP.
What a sly guy. Just slipping into the flames and sliding out with a frag.
Ooh.
Dragonfly, the bottle at his feet. That allows Pasha to go inwards, but right into the crosshair of Dragonfly. I mean, you can see that flank coming in from T-Con, from Bubsky, which now allows for him to redirect up into the halls, but Stound misses a shot, and so does Torben. They have themselves a 5 versus 3, and just like that, it's instantly even keel. Not to mention, as the terrorists take the bomb site, Bubsky continues on this flank. He has been doing this for so long, and now he's got the chance. He sprays, and he can't finish the second until he re-peeks into it. It all falls onto Neo. Player behind him, though, already spotted and done for. Fragsters tie it up, 7 rounds apiece. What an incredible comeback so far in this half.
And I got really worried as well, especially after both Starladder and Torben lose those duels and allow VP to pull it back to the 3-on-3, take control of the site. Could have been really dangerous. Could have been an opportunity for them to run away with it. But great retake. Nice flank from Bubsky. Does get into the back lines. And 7-7, Connor. It's happening. It's here. We're 1 away from the end of the half here. Frags is wanting to take the lead after VP were so dominantly doing so just rounds ago. Full AK is up for the tees as well. No AWP in play due to economical restraint. It's just bomb plant money with max loss bonus. That's not enough. So VP, full utility that they've been using fairly well, but it's going to be the aggression down Ivy. This time completely off guard. Pasha is caught. Not ready for that one at all. Fragsters take, again, a man advantage. This aggression on the CT side has been fantastic from both Starvin and Bubsky, but VP will respond with their own. They push straight outside of main, and Mihu, good angle to catch Bubsky in the response, but gets tagged down with the orb shot even finishing off the kill. So now Fragsters again trading back and forth, but still in a 3-on-3.
Okay, is pushing forward now. They've got 2 Molotovs in the flash. That's all. Encounter terrorists up close in their faces. Stound dueling versus Snacks. Dangerously close, everybody near one another. But, oh, it's the jumping cross from Bialy that gets stopped in the sky. Dragonfly at a distance, still able to find himself some impact here. And Snacks and Stound are still just playing face to face. It is Snacks that gets the best of him with 6 HP. He rotates. He's going to leave Neo all alone for a moment. But Fragsters are coming in at such a slow pace that this should work out for Snacks if he's fast enough. He's taking his sweet time, Hugo.
Oh, you can see the traces. He just doesn't want to give away his position unless he can guarantee a kill. And there it is. The 1v2 for Dragonfly, the Molotov in, but Neo escapes it. He flies up to the sky as Dragonfly tries to look for a response. But again, this flank is still in play. Dragonfly hits a shot, grabs the AK-47, but surely won't expect this position. And that's when Snacks has just mind-gamed him out of the round. Fantastic round from Snacks. And VP, they take a hiatus, but they pick up the 8th and secure the last round of the half.
That's incredible. 7 rounds from Fragsters, 5 of which come by way of defuse. So the retakes were on for most of the rounds that they're actually able to pick up. And I would say we see quite a change up from the strategy there of Fragsters, right? Like in the opening few rounds where Virtus.pro are just bodying them, it's because Virtus.pro were afforded to play their own game. But think of the way that they create that second bout of momentum, right? It's the flank up through box halls that gets them. The follow-up round, we then have a player pushing up into T-Con. Think of these most recent rounds as well. You're getting these flanks over on that B bomb site where Bubsky's able to pick up multi-frags. You're getting these consistent AWP peaks on long A as well, upper. So it's like Fragsters were sick and tired of just sitting back and allowing for Virtus.pro to push them over and over. Fragsters wanted to play their game, and it's at that moment that they came back into this match. They've kept it as close as can be, but because of that early success for Virtus.pro, it's undoubtedly a fine T-side.
Oh yeah, 8 rounds is nothing to be too ashamed of at all. But yeah, it's good to see Fragsters at least have confidence in this game as well, right? Especially after getting just defeated confidently on Mirage. And not only that, but being a massive underdog in this matchup means that obviously it's still a game that Fragsters could be worried and could be too nervous on, but not showing fear. And they've got to do the same on the T side. No utility, Connor. It's just armor here. VP got to hit the heads as now they go for the buy. They've got a lot into this one. CZ up on Pasha. That's dropped over. Kit to Snacks as well. So more expectant of a solo B play, but there are 2 men here. It's going to be Fragsters down Ivy. 1 in the pop and 1 in the main. A split is the name of the game, but with no utility, that's not always an easy attempt.
Ooh, Pasha wins it right away. Better equipped in terms of guns and armored as well. Mihu now just gets deleted by Bubsky, and Dragonfly, in fact, hits that second headshot. Snacks now starts to tap away, but he's running, and he's not able to connect anything further than the first. So those B-site rotators come over. Neo can't stop the bomb right away, but he does come off of it. He's bought a little bit of extra time for Pasha to arrive, and he does come in through connector. The frag bounced off the wall. Does it get him? No. Damage is dealt, but it's not a frag. And it's still not the plan. Fragsters playing with this, just trying to bait Virtus.pro into the open, and they've played with their food too long. It is still up into the 2v2, made 2v1. Pasha, 27 health is enough. Virtus.pro with, again, another pistol. They have taken that crown away from Fragsters.
And 4 kills from Pasha in the pistol round. I mean, he has been the carry so far for this team in some of the games they've been playing as of late. And while quiet so far this map, that's definitely going to reinvigorate him. The chance now for VP to run away with the second half as they did in the start of the first, winning that pistol round and getting off to a sizable lead. A 7-1 before we eventually saw Fragsters actually get themselves, a considerable lead themselves, or a considerable streak. And now VP have done it again. It seems like they are the kryptonite to Fragsters' pistol round success. A team that's been almost flawless in pistols so far this event, losing every single one this game to VP.
And I mean, that's the thing, right? We talked about this slightly earlier. It's like, in order for them to have already had this great run at BetsNet, they had to have had all these things go right, one of which was consistent pistol wins. For you to get to what is the furthest stage of the tournament yet, just to start losing what has been yours to claim is a real shame. But they've also succeeded in gun rounds, as seen towards the end of that first half. It's just unfortunate for them that they're not able to couple a strong finish on the CT side with a great start on the terrorist half. But it is early days, and they've already got the Deagles out from T-Con. They are walking their way forward. Snacks high above with a bird's eye view. Bialy just beneath him. And Stown wants heads. He's not going to get much as of yet. The re-peek from Miku is punished. And we've got that USP from Pasha firing off elsewhere. Bialy on damage control. But speaking of damage, look at these Virtus.pro players. They are low.
Yeah, opportunity here for Fragsters, especially with these pistols just firing away. So much damage done, and 2
God.
men only left up for VP. Bomb back to be retrieved for Fragsters as Bubsky runs onto the spawn, but no one has more than 31 points of health in the server with 5 men still up.
It's 72 HP with 5 players alive.
Good maths.
Quick maths.
Well done. Well, Fragsters have B. Bomb can make its way to join Torben, who's pushed down here early in the round and taking an M4 for his troubles as well. So VP now left to retake, and they've got to go for this one, really. I mean, you could justify the save considering they are low. I think they actually have already done that as well with the fact that they're just holding onto their guns in the T-spawn, but that is a really awkward round to lose. Frags is back in this one with a force buy. Again, we have seen remnants of this before in them being not able to pick up the pistol, but being able to follow up with a force. And now that certainly throws a whole question into the air of where this half is going, Connor.
And what's weird, too, is when we've seen Fragsters win these sorts of rounds before, when we see them deal damage on their eco rounds or force buys, it generally comes from this like stack trend that they do, where everybody just goes side by side. They work around as like a cohort, right? A singular unit. This time, it's all separate duels, because if you had just kept your eyes on the HP, you saw everybody dying at the same time, everybody getting taken lower and lower. It was all separate engagements across the map, and Fragsters just come out on top of most of them. Barely at that, right? Very low HP for everybody. Obviously, Virtus.pro aren't going to let this slide. They'll force with what they have left over, and Fragsters have been graced an opportunity at an early lead just seen by VP.
Well, VP trying to force back and find their 10th. They don't want to let this half go away without a fight, so they set up with a few pistol, a couple of SMGs, and Fragsters go for a quick B approach. Neo, he's not going to be ready for that, throwing out nades and caught with his pants down. Bubsky opens up. The trade with the nade does work to starve him, but VP, they're already going to be falling back for the save here. They just give up the site. They don't even look for the retake. Fragsters get the bomb down and already move into aggressive positions, but VP have run away with this one. Pasha's too low to contest with 6 HP on the scout, but they're still going to get some kills to this. So VP can't fully save surely. Look, 2 more frags have come in and they've not even fully committed. Now they're walking for it. Now they're pushing back into the site. Kills need to come through here for the T side, but a whiff from Dragonfly may have left this out in the air. Refresh up high with 1, looking for more, but he's being re-peeked by so many players. Second kill from him. More damage, but he's low on ammo. 4 bullets, and both players so low as well. The nade will push him back, but he still won the round. There's just no time for VP, and somehow, some way, Fragsters win the round.
That's wild. Refresh in a 1 versus 4 situation goes down with the cause, but a smile earned regardless. And poor Virtus.pro, right? They get that opening because Bialy wins a duel in spawn. You already had Mihu so close to the bomb site, and then all of a sudden you just have Refresh left over, but he's just crouching with enough cover to gun them all down. And the player with the kit for Virtus.pro is Pasha, who was so far committed over on Ivy. So already you had time working against you. And with him standing just long enough, preventing them from getting on the bomb, It is Fragsters to convert. VP were pulled back into that bomb site. They wanted to leave with 4 weapons. They only have 2. And it's a fast B play yet again from Fragsters. They themselves can bully the Bears. Virtus.pro down immediately. The scout hits the dirt, but Snacks will retrieve it. And we do still have Bialy over towards the ladder room, so things could get interesting. But it is convincing first and foremost from the Fragsters.
Yeah, I mean, just continually going for these B approaches is, again, something that VP did not show in their entire T side. And now Fragsters have just done it back to back, just charging in. They can't continue this when VP start to buy up and have Molotovs and nades to at least stop the pushes. But on the anti-ecos, it's perfect. VP just have no response. Retaking is so difficult, and as we could see from the previous round, VP weren't even confident in their ability to do so. It's 10 up for the Ts. As Fragsters find another round, VP should be going for the buy soon. Now it's their chance to get themselves back on this board, but I mean, this has been so close, so back and forth in the early stage of this half, Connor. We love to see it.
Yeah, definitely, right? I want a show. And both these teams have been giving it to us. However, you have to take note, of course, that other than the last round of the first half and the first round of this second half, Virtus.pro have been gone since the 8th round of this game. From 7-1 to 9-10. Fragsters have definitely come into their own, but they're going to have to keep up this momentum as we do hit another gun round. Virtus.pro coming in with some limitations. Scout for Snacks, Ump for Bialy. 2 kits, low nades. But they do want to tango. They want to dance here on train.
Early presence outside of B shown again from Fragsters. This time they won't commit, but it makes VP question. Because, again, with these constant B pushes, VP don't want the same to happen when it comes down to the buys. Leaving an already scrambled buy left to retake. That won't be the case, though. Frags is showing presence around all parts of the map. Down Ivy, up into B, in the pop as well from Bubsky. And VP scared to contest, scared to get aggressive because they don't know where Fragsters are holding, at least for the time being.
And this is what we saw from Fragsters in their initial CT side, right? Was this kind of reserved game style where they were allowing Virtus.pro to do as they pleased, where they were allowing the Ts to set up and then execute on their own discretion. It was only once Fragsters started to get aggressive, started to get curious and push confidently within the backline of Virtus.pro that they started to pick up rounds. So we'll see if this style works for VP. It didn't for Fragsters. But the Danes have worked their way towards Ivy. They've got 3 players coming in from this direction, 1 on ladder, yet to clear it out, and as he falls downwards, he dies. This is going to allow for Mihu to fixate over towards T-Con, and Snacks can even support if necessary. But Refresh, very patient, back around that corner. You can see Mihu just haphazardly clear it, doesn't actually go all the way in, and then Refresh hits this perfect timing. He knows Bialy's back in ladder room, but there's only 10 seconds, so Snacks, all he has to do is stop the bomb, and he softens them all up, but Dragonfly gives cover. This plant will come through, and it is a 4v2 against Virtus.pro.
What a fantastic round from Fragsters. Just everyone playing their role completely perfectly. The passive play from Refresh as well in main, as you slightly mentioned, that is all they needed. The fact that VP completely questioned whether he was there or not, and then go, okay, it's clear. Miyu gets blindsided, Bialy gets forced out, and with that, VP just trying to hold onto their guns, trying to move away. Fragsters even keeping 4 alive as well, so economy isn't going to be the problem moving forward for these young Danes as VP. They won't be chased too heavily at the very least, but it's not like they can fully buy up next round, that's for sure. It's 4 rounds in a row for Fragsters on this second half.
Starting to really piece itself together. Virtus.pro are going to have to come up with a response because now they've lost their lead. And it's starting to get away from them. 2 rounds the difference. Good time for a pause. Call it early on. Don't let Fragsters get into those high teens.
I think it's Fragsters' pause.
Could be. Would even make more sense, right? You finally established this lead. You've been holding on to it. You know Virtus.pro have been saving guns.
Wait, VP pause? I don't see anyone speaking. Oh, okay. I mean, looking demoralized, that's to say for sure. Fragsters, on the other hand, smiles on some of their faces. They know what this game means to them as well. If they take this victory again, not only beating Gambit earlier today, but also beating VP twice in this event. Both of them being in best of threes as well. That's something to be happy about.
It's the same look Virtus.pro have on them.
Yeah. And still the crowd roots for VP, but Fragsters take the lead to 11-9. VP with a very big buy ahead of them. AWP on Pasha as well. Something that maybe could turn the tide of battle.
Utility exchanged on the ladder room. Frag up, fire down, refresh in. Right on to the A site. He's got a player above to help him out. That's down, but Viali gets blindsided. Nobody does see refresh out so fast. It's down, catching Mihu in the flames as well. It's another kill for them and a man advantage too.
Frags is just holding on to this round. Pasha's going to respond for the second time with this AWP. They need to get rid of him. He's still in the back of the site, and Neo's had time to rotate into position as well. They try and isolate the man on Ivy, but Stown doesn't realize he's back-to-back with a man. Snacks, he's actually flanking all the way down, and Neo somehow winning the duel. That's important, because now Fragsters are the ones with their back up against the wall. Bomb in their hand, site somewhat under their control as VP shift out. Neo moves towards a connector, and the AWP wraps in through the spawn. With Dragonfly going towards a similar position, we could see the battle of the AWPs.
But Frags just had to downshift into a slower pace, and because of that, we get this flank coming in from Snacks. Neo has gone elsewhere in the off chance that they did exit through ladder room, but now Snacks knows, he's seen it. But he too has been spotted, and then Pasha strikes from behind. A bit of a ruse. The old 1-2, and now a 1v3. Bubsky doesn't have the bomb. He'd have to double back for it. 20 seconds, not enough. Pasha hits the shot. Virtus.pro with a round. They do get themselves to the board. Now, Refresh tried his best to get out there. Definitely cracked that A site open for a moment. But the moment belonged to Virtus.pro, Hugo.
More specifically, Pasha. 4 kills on that AWP. 4 kills, Connor. He does not want this game to go the way of Fragsters.
Listen, when Fragsters came back into it, it wasn't only just the aggression we saw from their CT side, but it was that double op setup. And now Virtus.pro, despite having lost all these opening rounds, they've got the economy behind them. So these first few rounds added up by Fragsters could be allocated to the fact that VP did not have ops. And now they do. And they are landing their shots, or at least Papa Biceps has started that way. It is him and Snacks equipped with the cannons here in the 22nd round.
Mihu already holding down close main, but Fragsters have so much presence outside of this B site. 2 players down there, and Pasha being one of them. When Fragsters moving a 4th man over, it does hint towards that B play for this T side. VP, no real information as of yet. They still play passive, but it may work out with 2 men on B. Not the same setup the Fragsters were running on that exact site. Again, we talked about how commonly they would just put 4 players in A, and with the amount of rounds that VP committed to that A site, it was very favorable for Fragsters. VP, however, not in the same book. Pasha's posted on the upper, and the push down ramp going to ensue for Fragsters. They've already spotted Neo on the site. Molotov comes down, that'll deny a plant, but he's got to watch his wrap. Bubsky's already taken him down, and here's where Pasha comes to town. 1 kill from him on the AWP. Teammates starting to fall around him as Dragonfly fires back with his own, but Pasha is alive and kicking into the face of Fragsters with 2. Bomb yet to go down, and Pasha won't even give them the chance. It's dropped in the ramp. There's 3 kills coming from the man himself. Dragonfly hides on the site, and Pasha begins to rap for more. He's hungry. He's not done yet, but Dragonfly responds and keeps it in check.
Snacks above, looking downwards. That bomb plant will come through, and Snacks doesn't have a frag to send sailing into this. Dragonfly stands on a smidgen of health, and he will rotate upwards. Even Stown just trying to work the ladder now. Snacks not going to spot his target as he creeps back above. And Snacks will come inwards. Now, he has no smoke to block this off. Can't even just cover himself on an attempt to defuse, but he does have this kit. He's going to need the shots, and he doesn't even see it coming. Dragonfly from above has done it. That's another reset versus Virtus.pro. That's the difference, Hugo. When we had Fragsters come back in their first half, it was the second round they finally won that they extended into a near flawless finish. Things have changed.
And there may be 3 kills with Pasha on the AWP, but Dragonfly, anything he can do better. 3 for himself, and a round as well to boast. It's happening, Connor. An AWP for VP. And hey, I'm not even going to count them out of this round. It's Pasha on the AWP and everyone else on pistols. They're going to play around him. But Fragsters, they've gone back to basics. Are we seeing the B rushes that were so prolific early on into this half? It's no. They'll settle down slow. But still, with all 5 players outside of this bomb site, it is looking to be a B play. Where is that smoke for?
It's meant to just confuse you. Here we go. They will get themselves closer to the B site. Now, we do have Neo in a cornered position, but the Molotov's at his feet. He's burning alive all the way down from 100. Pasha does still find at least one. That's immediate, too. And he'll rotate over towards the far side of the site into the oil tankard. Mihu's going to start creeping upwards, but you also have this push from Refresh. Again, he's just trying to skewer a setup of the CTs, but Mihu wins a crucial kill. He can't get himself the AK, and it's traded back by Dragonfly. Snax' flank's caught off guard, but it's still the 2v2. Pasha is still standing, and now he's like Dragonfly again. Again and again, he's finding impact. He pushes up with a pistol, and Pasha near single-handedly has done this. It's on to him alone. And Torben falls back off. 1v1. Pasha doesn't have a kit. Torben's low HP, but he's got the headshot regardless. Fragsters seal the deal, and they're going to keep on gunning for this win.
13 rounds here on the T side, and they do look unstoppable. VP may have had 8 rounds themselves, but Frags is looking to go one step ahead.
They are so pumped up. They are ecstatic.
You're going to need a tactical pause after that round, boys. I do not blame them.
I mean, it's two-sided, right? You need the first moment to bask in your glory, right? You've now got yourself into such a prime position over Virtus.pro. This would be the biggest accomplishment of literally their Counter-Strike lives.
Yeah.
So enjoy it, but don't forget there's still a job at hand.
Pasha had 8 kills in the first half. He is now sitting at the top of the board with 24 frags. 24 frags.
And coming into this, right, we had our analyst panel. They were mentioning that Pasha's op could be huge here. We could also see that individual impact from Snax in those very key moments. And we have seen him sneak his way around bomb sites on both an offensive and defensive fashion. It just hasn't been enough. Fragsters are too much to handle. And so, Virtus.pro won't be handling much in this one. It is just 3 P250s and a single flashbang on Snax. They're completely spread out, prime for the taking, unless somebody steps up with heroics.
Yeah, and already Torben's taken down the first Pasha out of the server. VP, one by one, going to get dispatched. Mihu dropped, trades back in for Snax, but still there's more T's in play. The AK, not going to be easy to retrieve, but Snax is going for it. He's hunting. He may have found it, but just getting dropped on the corner. Refresh keeps things in check. So, just Neo. This round was never really a worry for Fragsters, but this should be the, well, not flawless, but at least 4 players kept alive. They've even got a man out on B. He snuck all the way through, so they're going to just wait on Ivy for the time being. See if Torben can actually flank up and get this kill if Neo is sat in the connector, or at least nearby, and that he is. On the site, just circling around, looking for anything here. Any Fragsters player to be checking the wrong angle, caught out of position. But in fact, he will be the man caught out of position as he gets sandwiched in between 2. Fragsters find 14, and they're 2 away for a victory in map number 3.
Incredible, incredible weekend for them so far, and it's about to get a lot better if they can finish this off. We praise all of these upcoming Danish teams, but you looked at the other guys along where normally you see Fragsters, the Tricked, the Singularities. Nobody has been able to put together a run like this. It is not over, but it's sure as hell close. Double op setup emerges from Virtus.pro yet again. They have a solid buy behind them, no kit most notably. And a little bit of aggression from Dragonfly early on. The moment he's smoked, he falls off. And Pasha, he sees nothing up towards the box halls other than utility expended. Nobody wants to be the first casualty of the round from either side here, so they're not chancing it. But still, Virtus.pro do play somewhat aggressive, right? We saw that initial kind of pry up into upper. We see Bialy playing next to the E-box. Although Virtus.pro have still yet to really unroot anything from Fragsters. We haven't seen them successfully flank in behind anybody or obscure the setups. Fragsters have still very much been able to play their game on their terms, and you can see what that has net them.
And this looks like the late round A play as well from Fragsters. They send the bomb back just to check, make sure no one from VP has pushed down Ivy, and that is the case. Dragonfly's tagged up by the man in the pop, but Bialy falls off as Pasha opens up. Refresh, quick with the trade, catches the man out of position, and Snax is low as well. Casualties starting to ensue on the VP side more so, but Fragsters are low in the meantime. Another kill from Refresh, but they haven't found Mihu. He's still the snake in the grass, and he could drop the bomb here, and now it's running right past. There it is, bomb drop, trying to follow up, but Refresh again, another crucial kill. 2 men left up to VP to stop this madness.
Pasha's going to sneak through this smoke just as the bomb goes down. He stops the first, he sees the next, he gets it! Pasha biceps flexing on Fragsters.
And 3 kills from him as well. I mean, that has just been the entirety of this second half, Connor.
Can we talk about Refresh? I mean, okay, he's at the bottom of the scoreboard still. As seen always with Fragsters, the amount of kills distributed between them is as even as can be. But what's impressive is the impact and the amount of space he makes for his teammates. All the time coming out from T-Con at what is the perfect moment, obscuring Virtus.pro on the defense. Great play from Pasha in order to get that, but it is not over. Another reset looms above them. The guillotine set to fall.
And a reset at 15 rounds for Fragsters would mean surely this game is over. The importance of this round cannot be understated. And Fragsters, they're looking for the B site. Pasha may have rotated to the correct position. Neo close and smoke set up for the T's. It's going to be a 2-on-5 on the bomb site. VP need to make something happen here. They need to make this round worthwhile. They can't afford to lose both players without any picks their way. So the charge coming through. Neo on the top of the train. They don't expect it. He gets 1, somehow still alive. Being wrapped, but Pasha is firing back. 2 kills. Make it 3 from the CT side, and VP are running over this round. It's just Refresh, the aforementioned man, and he can't step up to the plate this time. 2 from him, but it is not enough.
One of those situations where even though Refresh is able to get that forward footing, he pushes up into the train yard. He's trying to kind of mess up the back line of Virtus.pro. The difference being, in the process, he never screwed up those forerunners, right? We still have the player positioned above. We still have Pasha sitting back, scoped in. And what have Virtus.pro done? They've broken the bank of Fragsters. We have Fragsters in a similar situation as to what happened with VP.
And we've been sleeping on VP here. Now this is the opportunity for them to pull it back and actually even take the victory. They could get the 16-14 here. It's certainly not over for Fragsters. As you said, they're looking good, but they shouldn't get complacent. They've got a job ahead of them to do. And this round probably not going to be where they're going to do it, at least. It's all burning down. The Molotov having great effect and a complete mop-up on that site. No damage done, no kills taken, and a pause called out. The perfect time to do so.
Absolutely. Remember, of course, Fragsters, albeit a strong start, have not, Hugo, gotten themselves 15. They have not secured overtime. And I remember not long ago, 2 versus 4 on A-Site Mirage, that one VP is 16-14. So never sleep on them. Too many times have we seen these guys come back at the final hurdle. Resuscitated when death loomed, which it does. But again, right, they're going through the motions. They've gotten past what was the easy cleanup rounds. The types of situation we don't expect Virtus.pro to lose. What's been their issue are these scenarios. Fragsters with guns, utility, and still a 1-point lead.
And again, we talked about how this reset could have come in a couple of rounds ago for Fragsters, pushing VP to eco. It's now a situation where if VP win this round, Fragsters, if they don't get a bomb plant, are eco themselves, and VP can get 15. We'll be seeing an overtime attempt from Fragsters more likely than not. But Dragonfly, he doesn't want to even go that far. He's opened up. Mihu's dead, and they're going to burst through the smoke. Bialy caught blinded, and Fragsters with a double entry.
Snax still scoped in, waiting for the cross. Hits down right away. Cuts it down to a single-man advantage, and Fragsters are going to slow down the pace so slightly. With the smoke at his feet, Snax looks to re-aggress, find a different angle, but he misses his shot. Torben taking down 2. Now responded back by Pasha, who's tagged up himself. A quarter of his health to work with, and Fragsters are gone. Just like that, they disappear in a puff of smoke, heading towards the B site.
And Pasha, I mean, he's carried his team throughout the entirety of the CT side, but this is too much to ask for. A 1v4 needed. As the 3 remaining players of Fragsters are nowhere to be seen, already hidden up into the B halls and the B site. Pasha's just on the wrong side of the map, and he's realized 30 kills, no more for him. Save coming through, and Fragsters find 15 rounds. They know the importance of saving onto this money, because if we look at the cash for VP, they'll just have enough for the buy in the upcoming round. No loss bonus, only 1,400. But with 4K saved plus the AWP, it'll be just enough for VP to get that full buy-in, to keep himself in this map. and to play for overtime. But they are playing, Connor, with their backs against the wall. Fragsters, 15 rounds.
Aren't they always, though? Isn't this where we found Virtus.pro so often? More often than not, unfortunately. It always seems like they're just scrambling. Whether that be in this series or just as of late, unfortunately. And another pause called by Fragsters.
These pauses have been so good as well.
Yeah.
Just continually pausing it at perfect times. You know, this is awkward for VP now because they have to sit there and just wallow in what they're thinking about. They can't talk. They can't work out what they want to do for this round. They've just got to accept the fact that Fragsters have 15 and VP need to win both these rounds or the game is over. They're going to be eliminated and Fragsters will be going through.
Fragsters with their hands around Virtus.pro's necks. VP blue in the face, but not yet out of breath. 2 chances, 2 ops, and not the best of utility.
3 ops.
Ooh.
Why not?
Let's see where they position them. It's Mihu tasked with that 3rd sniper. He's going to be going over towards Ivy side. Snacks in the middle. And even Pasha's going to be closer to the A site as that initial little bit of utility does draw the setup towards A. Favored at the start, but already Pasha doubles towards B site.
Yeah, if you're running triple AWP, you should not be moving 3 of them on the A site. You need to have at least 1 on B. But for now, VP, they want to give it a go. They want to risk all that they've got with just Neo on that B bomb site. And Frags is setting up for the execute. Going to move the bomb back out of the halls and inside of A main. It's looking like the A players. Bubsky attempts to just show presence down on this B bomb site where 1 man sits. Even if the smokes come in for Fragsters, VP, they've got AWPs. They can just hold down sight lines. They can just wait for Fragsters to move on through and try and take control of the site. These are the perfect guns for this exact bomb site. As Fragsters work their way deep into Ivy, it's going to be Mihu on the other side with one of those 3 aforementioned snipers waiting for contact. Bit far off the angle as well, so a bit of an off angle. Fragsters just throwing down smokes on either side. They don't want to be caught out. They don't want to be contained. 30 seconds left in Fragsters. They need to get something done here and now.
They are playing with time. Their 6th opponent in this instance, Stown, up and over, doesn't spot anything right away because Virtus.pro are so heavily stacked up towards their spawn above and the old bomb. Stown just cracks his way into the bomb site like a whip. He clears the first 2, but it is stopped then and there. Still, though, 4 versus 2, they've got this. The bomb plant's going to come in, and it's up to Neo and Snacks. The experience of Virtus.pro needs to shine, but again and again they die. Snacks on the cusp of the site. 4 players to take down, or Fragsters have done it. They've toppled the beasts, and they deserve this moment of celebration. Fragsters have upset versus the Kings again. Gambit and Virtus.pro twice. They fell to Hellraisers, but this is still the best weekend of their lives.
We have never seen this many upsets from such an underdog team in one event. And to not only, as you said, beat VP once, but take them down in both times, in both best of 3s. It came down to the wire in all series they've played, but they have done it, and they could not be happier. That is a fantastic performance. The 3rd youngest team in the top 50 of Counter-Strike versus the 3rd oldest team. And hey, there's respect from both parties. That is an incredible defeat.
Incredible indeed. For them to come out of nowhere as well, like if you have past experiences on mine with Fragsters, then you never anticipate this kind of a result. Like now, when the next time we see Fragsters on an international stage, it's going to be entirely fixated on their performance here at BetNet. I think they have cleared what was their past, and I think that now there's a new Danish team on the map.
I mean, hey, we've still got North in this event. Imagine if we had a Fragsters North matchup. What a derby that would be. What a disgusting matchup that could be. This is the storyline of the entire event. This team, who no one expected to get this far, and not having the easiest route to do so as well. Not facing any of the the online qualified teams, not facing any of the teams that we expect them to maybe beat, you know, the Red Reserve without their IGL, the 4s in the middle of roster changes. No, Gambit and VP twice.
They are now in the top 3.
Yeah.
Right? It is Hellraisers and North ahead. That's, of course, our next BO3 of the day. And that's just been an incredible line as well, right? Hellraisers, I think, coming into the event is one of the more stable rosters. North having an awful first day, nearly being bested by fours, and then bouncing back yesterday with just a completely refreshed look. So who knows what we're going to get with that matchup. But what we do know is there's at least one Danish team performing so far this weekend.
Yeah, and one Danish team making it to the final as well. So imagine if that was North versus Fragsters. Obviously, that would result in Fragsters having to beat Hellraisers again to get their way to the final, or topple North, the other Danish team that we expect to win that game. But after what we've seen over these last couple of days from Fragsters, do we even expect that anymore? I have no idea.
I mean, I'm almost glad that the Fragsters have been able to dodge that North matchup, just because I don't want the domestic derby, right? I feel like that's the kind of stuff that always ends up favoring the stronger team. I want to see Fragsters playing against guys they probably never get a chance to practice against, teams that are from a completely different portion of the world, whereby it's a fresh look for them. It's a fresh challenge, and it's one that they have, I would say, superseded with flying colors, because this is incredible.
Yeah, and now with North Hellraisers coming up next again, that's going to be a fantastic game. Obviously, we'll be covering that as well. And, another one where I don't really know what's going to happen. Of course, as you mentioned, North have been a bit inconsistent so far this event. They had a great match versus Godsend yesterday, but either way, we'll keep our eyes on that up next. But for now, we do have an interview, so we'll be throwing off to that before we get to the desk.
So, we are live. Congrats. This was amazing. Your second victory against Virtus.pro. What do you feel right now?
I can't really believe what just happened. It's the second time we beat Virtus.pro, and then on the stage as well. And we don't have that much experience playing here. I can't really believe that we just beat them. They've won a major before, and they are legends. And yeah, I can't really believe it.
What do you guys do? Because you're obviously a very young team, very young players. What do you do to achieve the level of top teams, of the legends? How do you practice?
I think that we have a really good mentality on the team. We are all good friends, and I think we come into the game with the might mentality, as I said before. We practice against a lot of the top teams as well, so that gives a lot as well. And we are also playing ESEA, Mountain Dew League, where Virtus.pro are in as well. So we have played against them sometimes. So,
And that's it. Okay, so your next opponent will be either Hellraisers or North. Who would you rather play against? Hellraisers again?
I think that we should have won against Hellraisers yesterday. It was our first match on the stage, so we were a bit nervous. But I think we are ready to beat them now, and I would like to meet Hellraisers, because then we could beat North in the final.
Thank you very much for this interview. I wish you all luck in the world. You see that Ukrainian crowd supports you, so you have a good rest today. Good luck tomorrow. And guys, after a short break, we'll be back with analyst panel.
5 reasons to bet on bets.net. 1. We are not a bookmaker agency. We are a betting exchange. We are fine with any outcome of the event, so we have no reason not to pay your win. The information about the bets is available for everyone in real time. We stand for fair esports. 2. Instant replenishment and withdrawal of funds. No delays, checks, and restrictions. 3. Convenient mobile app on iOS and Android. All site functionality is in your pocket. Bonuses for each user of the app. 4. More than 800,000 people trust us. We are the most visited esports bet site in the CIS. 5. All coefficients are fully transparent and the commission rate is the lowest. We play fair and square. Bets.net. Visit us and win with us.